Just 2 more wins needed for another Premier League title. Manchester City 3-0 away at Goodison Park. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. No watch long today, sorry. I got home from a stag do right at the very end. Sorry, right at kickoff, so I've been away all weekend until 2 o'clock. At least you got home at 2 o'clock and watched this game. Exhausted, knackered, a bit hungover from the weekend, but happy, really fucking happy. That was really needed. That was professional. That was comfortable in the end. To be honest, we started really slowly, but when you watch City in this form, we are imperious, man. There's an air of inevitability to this Manchester City side, isn't it? I mean, that's 11 wins in a row now in the league, and it's going to be very hard for Arsenal to keep up here. I think the title is ours too, Alec. I really do. I think it's coming back to the Etihad. I think we're too good, and I think Arsenal could drop points today. Fingers crossed I'm making another video in a couple of hours' time, because that would be really nice, wouldn't it? But either way, we've done our bit. We really have done our bit. And of course, we will be talking about Gundogan, and we're talking about all the players. Guardiola, looking forward towards the Champions League and all that kind of stuff. I would like to say at the top of this video, hello to everyone who's tuning in. Hello to everyone who's already liked this video. And not a big hello to if you haven't already. No, I will say a bigger hello again if you like the video. So please do hit that subscribe button. And please do hit the subscribe button while you're at it. Like button and subscribe button. It would be massively appreciated. 82 more subscribers to 66,500. So come on, we can do it. We can get there. Please do help support the channel. Right now, likes go up. But yeah, this is all about Gundogan, man. First of all, let's look at the Premier League table. This is obviously what we need to see the context of what this result was going to be, you know. This is where we're at right now with the table. We are 4 points clear of Arsenal, having played the same amount of games. Only 9 points to play for. Arsenal, of course, play today as well. 2 more wins does it. It could be less, fingers crossed. Maybe 2 wins and a draw might do it. 2 wins and a draw. 1 more win and 2 draws would take us to 88 and 90. That would, unless Arsenal turn around 17 goal difference, and that would mean we would have, if we won one, well, we'd have, if a win and 2 draws would mean we'd have a guaranteed minimum of 18 goal difference on Arsenal. If they turn that around, that would be astonishing. So realistically, a couple of draws and a win. But let's get 2 just to kind of go for it. I think we should do. And to be honest, I don't think Arsenal are going to be able to keep up with City right now. But of course, that game was built on Ilkay Gundogan today, and we'll bring up the game right now and look at the details. Where are we? Why is it started all the way back over here? Here we go. This, of course, was a game with loads of changes. I didn't get a chance to chat about the preview and all that kind of stuff because I was away, sorry. But, of course, Foden, Alvarez, Mahrez, Laporte coming in. Quite a few changes to this Manchester City side with Grealish, Bernardo, and De Bruyne and Stones all sat on the bench. A sensible call, a very sensible call, and a necessary call, of course. The game started off immensely slowly. It really did. Like, at one point, there was 25 minutes gone with neither side having a shot on target or even a shot full stop. It was really poor. But ultimately, City got up into it with a moment of quality. There's something about title race Gundogan, man. Gundogan has this kind of experience and this confidence. Well, a confidence that only comes with experience. Like, you can't be this good. You can't be this good without being experienced and knowledgeable, if that makes sense. It's just a wonderful aura that he's got to his game right now. He really does. There's a brilliant kind of like kind of progression to his game where he just steps up when Manchester City need him the most, like big goals at big times. And once again, yeah, he was Manchester City Guardiola's first signing, and a brace today, a brace against Newcastle the other day. I mean, it's very Yaya Toure-esque, isn't it? It really is. The quality of that first goal, by the way, I mean, the quality of both the goals, fucking world-class stuff. It's not like he's just having a good game. World-class goals and a beautiful assist as well. Genuinely just immense. Mahrez unlucky in the last 5 Premier League games with six assists. What a super chat. There we go. Yep. Wonderful from Mahrez. Mahrez stepping up as he always does when we need him as well. Lovely stuff from Mahrez. I mean, to me, it was just really encouraging. Gundogan, look, let's see if we can give him what he wants. I don't know. I personally think he's gone. I just do. I feel like he's gone, unfortunately. I don't want him to be, but I feel like he is. It's just something about where we're at currently. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel kind of like we're going to get him to sign a new contract. I feel like he's already decided he's going to Barcelona, and that is pretty much it. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Mark says I'm right. I know it. Mark thinks we're going to win them all. Mark, you absolute legend. But it doesn't matter about Gundogan anyway, by the way. He stays or he doesn't stay. Just fucking enjoy him while he's here right now because he's a phenomenal player. He really, really is. Where else? I mean, the defence was solid today. I thought Walker was really good. Akanji had a decent game over at left back. Laporte, fine. Diaz, fine. There was a couple of early mistakes early on, but overall, the defence was absolutely excellent. It was solid. They were really, really strong. Rodri, again, playing another game. Again, playing 87 minutes. Basically playing 90 minutes, basically. Calvin Phillips is such a weird one, but I don't think anything's changed. I think it's still that Calvin Phillips is just, for this season, as a write-up because Guardiola doesn't trust him. I don't know if it's permanently or if it's just this season, but I do think he's going to take... I do think he'll stay, actually. I think Calvin Phillips will stay, and I think after a pre-season, we might see a different Calvin Phillips again. I think Guardiola will trust him early on in the next season, potentially, because he'll have time to get him involved in the games without a risk of not being up to scratch. But I think Guardiola is sending a message to Calvin Phillips or to the board or whatever. But I don't think it's like he doesn't fully rate him. I think he just doesn't rate him now, if that makes sense, and doesn't trust him now. It's weird, but Rodri does fucking need a rest. I mean, at the point when he kicks him off after 87 minutes, look, if it's not Calvin Phillips he trusts, I don't get why he doesn't play Rico Lewis or John Stones for 10, 15 minutes. Like, I know Stones has been rested, but for 10, 15 minutes, or Rico Lewis can do it. We know he can. He can do it. He can play there, and I think we'd be absolutely fine, just... Do we trust Gomez? Maybe, maybe not. But I don't know. But it feels like some change is needed to rest Rodri a little bit. Always playing every single minute. Channel YouTube with another City super chat says best City level was when KDB was injured and Gundogan was scoring every game. I believe that year we did with Champions League because once KD got back, he benched Gundo. Maybe a little bit harsh, mate. Maybe a little bit harsh. KDB should always be in the team, but maybe find a place for Gundo. KDB's KDB. He's probably our greatest ever, mate. I don't know if it's necessarily true, but I get where you're coming from. We were great that year, but we've been great loads of times at loads of different moments, and it could be that our best level might end up being right this season, We're playing good football. Going through the team, KDB, of course, got his rest today. Alvarez played. Alvarez is not having his best run of form at the moment. I mean, he's sort of playing as this quasi 8/10 thing, and I wouldn't say he's a natural at that, but he's trying his very best. I think he's got... a lot of quality. He's got an awful lot of quality. But right now, he's definitely sort of just doing a job for the team as opposed to playing well. But we know he can just have moments of magic. So I've got no problem with doing this because, once again, the most important thing is we won 3-0. Alvarez worked really hard and KDB got a rest. That's all I care about. That's literally all I care about. I'm not probably going to trust a Greek commentator with all due respect, Nico. I don't know why a Greek commentator would have sources about Calvin Phillips' future. It just seems a bit mad. It seems like a bit of a mad scoop. I mean, if that's true, so be it. Roy Keane's an all City, so he should be, Alec. We're wonderful. Foden was lively. He was decent. I don't think he had an incredible game as such, but he was constantly trying to run at people. It's very hard to run at people when you're not having those link-up play. He's not a natural winger, I'd say. I think his link-up play is good. He's excellent, but I feel like he needs the give and goes and the spritefulness to kind of get going in this Manchester City side, but we didn't really get that. But I thought he had a decent game. I think he generally had a decent game. Everton, by the way, were bang average. I think there was not much there. I don't know. Pickford, by the way, didn't fucking give a penalty away. Pickford was just abysmal. Like, he punched him in the fucking head, man. Absolutely, like, just nonsense. Just nonsense. But that is Pickford for you, a strike keeper. And also, I guess it showed the levels as well. Edison, miles better than Pickford. We can talk about all these players, but absolutely miles better. Laporte was decent, Harry. Yeah, he had a good game, actually. Goldbridge knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He gets all the attention, by the way, once again. You guys have all noticed it. Cancelling his watch along at 40 minutes gets that attention. People tune in and watch the clip, and then they watch his Arsenal watch along to see what he says afterwards. He knows what he's doing, guys. He knows what he's doing. Right, Mark's with a super chat. I know 4 more goals for Haaland, by the way, 3 games left. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I needed a brace today, but Haaland got enough minutes, so it wasn't it wasn't Guardiola's fault today. Mark with a super chat says, "Steve, am I right? Mark thinks we'll win the treble. Is he right, everyone in the chat? Is Mark right? I don't know, mate. I don't think it's unlikely. Look, Let's see if we beat Real Madrid, then I'll say. I think it could be, though. It could be. We'll see. Dan W says Gundo deserves more respect. To be honest, Dan W, I think everyone does actually respect Gundogan. I think to me, he's a fucking City legend. I think when you look at, I know he's not always been a guaranteed starter, but that's because we had David Silva and De Bruyne. But if I define, what would I define legend? Many years as a starter. He's had many years as a starter. He absolutely has. He's been a regular starter for Manchester City for more than half his time here. Huge moments. Absolutely, man. He's won his fucking leagues. He's had huge games. He's captained the team. He's been here an awful long time. He's been respectful. He's got a great relationship with the fans. To me, he's a legend. He's an absolute legend. I think he's one of our greatest ever midfielders. If we're just so biased because we've got Fernandinho and David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, it's like, oh, we can't have another legend. But I think we have, man. I think we're witnessing the era of Manchester City legends. Like, I know a lot of United fans see Carrick as a legend for them, and he's a better footballer than Carrick, in my personal opinion, and that's where we're at. So I think he can be a legend, yeah. I don't think he'll get a statue. I don't think we're quite there, to me. He's got 10 less appearances than Yaya. That's a good stat, that, you know. I think he's a brilliant player. Absolutely, I think he's a brilliant player. He's shown up in 4 title races, RS. That puts it quite, yeah, it really does. I know, the thing is, like, there's no shame in not always being the starter in a Manchester City side. Like, you know, there's no shame in that at all. We've been blessed by wonderful players. We really have, Kev, you're right. I mean, it's just quality throughout this Manchester City side over the years. I mean, one thing Guardiola does, he gives us world-class midfielders. I love Guardiola's choice of midfielder because you know you're going to get an all-time great. I mean, when you look at those players that Kevin's just listed, David, KDB, Ferner, Rodri, Yaya, Gundo, Bernardo, they're all some of the greatest ever Premier League midfielders. That's the legacy that Guardiola, I know Yaya's before him, but has sort of created. I mean, the best years for all of them, apart from Yaya, were under Guardiola in midfield. I mean, like, it's just wonderful. And the thing is, the legends do wonderful things. Like Yaya, if we're being totally honest, Yaya's a legend. But Yaya only had 2 great seasons and a couple of good ones. Honestly, I love Yaya, but he peaked very, very insanely high. Like, he did that and went right up and then kind of came down a little bit. Like, to me, like, Yaya was not a real longevity thing for him in terms of his very best quality. He had a couple of insane seasons, but then did sort of settle a little bit. And there's nothing shame in that for what it's worth. But I think, like, I think in terms of what overall accomplishments, yeah. Like, I'm not saying he's better than him or anything like that, but I do think in general we underappreciate just how good Gundo's been over this years. I mean, he's been at Manchester City forever. Yeah, he's a legend. He absolutely is. I mean, he changed the mentality of this club. Excuse me. Big yawn there, but I actually am knackered. But for me, he changed the mentality of this club, yeah. So, Gundogan, but he's right up there, man. He's right up there. Here's one for you. I just saw on Twitter. How would you rate in rankings Yaya, David Silva, Fernandinho, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Rodri, Gundogan? It's hard to rate, isn't it? Like, what ranking would it be? De Bruyne's at the top for me. David Silva's second. Yaya third. Ferner's fourth, I reckon. I would say Gundogan's got a better legacy than Rodri. Then Bernardo has 2, I reckon. That's what I reckon. RS wants Foden to start against Madrid. Obviously, by the way, the big news for now, of course, is that we've got Madrid coming up, and we've got loads of players rested, so I do expect we'll see a bit of a change here and there. But this was a massive performance today. It really was. I mean, Brighton, fingers crossed Brighton can do us a massive favour. But I do feel really confident this City side now are going to get over the line. Like, I just do. I just trust them. There's something about this Manchester City side right now that we just feel inevitable. I mean, look at our run of form. It's phenomenal. Like, the last time we lost was, when was it? Goes back fucking months. Was it Southampton? When was it? Last time we lost? Was it the Spurs game? It was there. So how many games was then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm looking at the wrong year there. I'm so sorry, mate. I'm so sorry, guys. You keep scrolling back for some reason to fucking... What we're doing, Spurs. I'm sorry. I'm not jinxing. There's no such thing as jinxing, Nico. I'm just listing the results. So when was it? When was the last time we lost? I was looking at the wrong year there for whatever reason. It was United game, wasn't it? So since then, it's 1, 2, 3... Oh, the Spurs game, yeah, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 unbeaten run. That's ridiculous. That's really, really good. By the way, there really is no such thing as jinxing, because what jinxing implies is that by my magical mystery words, like me sat in Ramsbottom in my fucking attic, will somehow get in the mind of Manchester City's entire squad and affect the future outcomes of games. So it's what I say, like, do you know how crazy that is on the internet? Like, I could actually speak things into existence. I always decide to say that, like, jinxing is just not real. It's also mildly arrogant to presume you can impact the world that way, you know what I mean? Walker was on fire in the first half. He was indeed. He was excellent. Pep's longest unbeaten run? I have no idea. I can't remember. I don't know what it is, actually. Someone will know. What is Pep's? Are you watching Start City? Adam, mate. Adam Carter, are you watching? If so, what's Pep's longest unbeaten run in all comps? Start City often in the chat here. If you are watching, mate, let us know. It's a great run of form. I think we've won 11 in a row in the league. We're looking great. We're absolutely looking really, really impressive right now. City hasn't lost this season when Riyad starts. This is a nice stat. Channel YouTube, that's a lovely little stat. Riyad, a big game player for us. Riyad's excellent. I mean, we're so lucky to have him. Arsenal fans hoping City will drop points against Real Madrid. 28, I think. Is it 28? We are only now one win, 2 wins, 3 wins. We're only 4 or 5 wins away from immortality. It's mental, that, isn't it? That's crazy. I'm not saying we'll do it, but it feels so potentially close, doesn't it? But guys, I'm exhausted. I can't go on much longer. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. I've had a busy, heavy weekend. I've just got home before the kick off of this. Up the Brighton. If City beat Brighton, Arsenal lose to Brighton, I will go live briefly. For now, though, I'm going to leave it there and get some sleep. Thanks for watching. Like this video, subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow for 5 Things Learned. In a bit.